To break some news and make an entrance. Ree, congratulations.
Thank you, boo.
3 under 3 months.
Oh my God, they have us like
I know.
in the forest
I
here.
look like I'm camouflaged, right?
How are you?
I want to see that, but that bump looks so
Thank
cute.
you.
But the question is, how are you? How are you?
Y'all, it looks like Drake is back up in his feelings. And this time, it's Rihanna's new pregnancy that's got him spiraling. And just when we thought that he'd moved on and matured, Rihanna announces baby number 3 with ASAP Rocky and Drake. Did not take it well. Now Drake is out here throwing subliminals, acting shady, and low-key crashing out for the world to see now. Is it jealousy, regret, or just a midlife crisis? Whatever it is, he's making it very clear that he is not happy seeing the love of his life building a whole family with somebody else. So let's break down the drama, the shade, and why Drake just can't seem to let Rihanna go. So Rihanna just shocked the world again, for the 3rd time to be exact, while everybody was out here waiting for her to shut down the Met Gala red carpet with one of her signature jaw-dropping looks. She completely flipped the script. Instead of pulling up in couture, she gave us something even more headline-worthy. A surprise announcement that baby number 3 is officially on the way now. Fans had already started whispering a few weeks earlier when she was spotted in Barbados, looking a little more low-key than usual and possibly rocking a tiny bump. The internet did what it always does and immediately went into detective mode, analyzing every photo and angle like they were solving a mystery crime. But no one expected confirmation to come this fast or this bold. Fans also pointed out how intentional Rihanna was with her wardrobe choices during ASAP Rocky's recent trial. She was often seen wearing oversized coats, loose-fitting jackets, and strategically holding her purse in front of her midsection. Subtle moves that now make a whole lot more sense looking back. It's clear that she was doing her best to keep the pregnancy under wraps while she was still showing up to support Rocky. And honestly, it's not surprising that she chose not to make the announcement during that time. The trial was serious, the stakes were high, and Rihanna has always known how to read the room. Announcing a pregnancy in the middle of a legal battle involving the father of your children wouldn't have just been tone deaf. It would have been completely shifting the narrative and pull focus from what really mattered.
Rihanna's man leaps for joy straight into the arms of the superstar singer after a jury finds him not guilty in his gun assault trial. With his feet flying up in the air, the pair embrace while supporters cheer.
Hold it down, hold it down.
The judge has to call on everyone to quiet down. Outside the Los Angeles courthouse, more chaos as the celebrity couple is mobbed by cameras.
Hey Sam, how does it feel?
Rihanna finally has enough of the shouting crowd and throws out her hand to silence them.
How you thinking?
Instead, she stayed low-key, kept things private, and waited for the right moment. And now, with the trial behind them and the world watching, she decided to share the news on her terms, just like she always does. But there definitely were clues, like how they promised to name their next child after Rocky's lawyer, who got him off those gun charges. The lawyer said, Rihanna and Rocky said to me in the courtroom yesterday that grabbed me. And they said, listen, our next baby is ASAP Joe. Now, there's also the fact that Rihanna herself hinted at a baby number 3 a couple of days ago when she posted a throwback picture of Rocky holding a baby and wrote number 3 soon. So as fabulous as the announcement was, it wasn't exactly super duper shocking. Still, everybody was gagged when they were genuinely happy for her and Rocky. Well, everybody except her ex Drake, of course. And if there's one thing that we know about Mr. Drake, is that he has absolutely not moved on from Rihanna, which is why it's not shocking that he's crashing out. There were even rumors that a wedding was on the way, but Rihanna played it coy and refused to give us a straight answer.
How can you not feel a tad overwhelmed? Tell her, Rizzo.
I mean, at first it was kind of like, oh, and I'm tired. But then,
what a blessing.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. But girl, you know, now is this putting R9 on pause even longer? Because you were in production.
No, maybe a couple videos, but
A couple videos?
I could sing.
Yes, you can. Any other news you want to break to us? Because you have that Savage X Fenty lingerie line coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bridal line.
Yeah.
Any other news you want to break to us right now?
It's not our first bridal line. Go shop bridal.
I
savagex.com.
I was just thinking maybe you were celebrating another milestone in life right now.
No, girl, you know I don't keep secrets very well.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Just know that that made Drake crash out even harder, y'all. He was probably throwing up and crying when he saw the news. Drake has a very long, very weird history of coming for Rocky and Rihanna for no reason at all, like unprovoked, well, no reason except the fact that he's obsessed with Rihanna. And she no longer gives him the time of day. I mean, it's not that long ago when he came for Rocky and Rihanna in his song Family Matters. In the song, Drake name dropped Rocky, saying rock, talking that is getting gas cuz. You hit my BM first, ninja, do the math, who was hitting. Then I ain't even know you rap still cause they don't talking about your fit again. Probably got to have a kid again before you think dropping any is again. Even when you do drop, they going to say you should have modeled cause it was mid again, smoking funny about it. Should have put you on the first one, trying to get an askry. If it's a good thing the next time you cuddle in that bed again, she'll even tell you to leave the boy alone before you get your head split again. Okay, Drake. But if you thought that that was messy, just wait until we break down the lyrics. See, this whole situation gets even messier when you rewind a little bit, because here's the history here. Rocky once bragged about getting a little freaky with Sophie Brussix, aka the mother of Drake's son, before Drake ever did. He didn't hold back about it. Either he made it known that he hit it first. But of course, Drake wasn't about to let that slide without clapping back. He fired off by reminding folks that while Rocky may have been fooling around with his baby mama, he was the one dating Rihanna at the time. And let's be honest, in Drake's world, Rihanna has always been the ultimate trophy, so throwing that in Rocky's face was definitely some type of power move, y'all. Drake's obsession with Rihanna really knows no bounds, because Drake has been in love with Riri for what feels like forever. And that's not even an exaggeration now. From the very beginning, he made it clear that she was the one for him. But while he was falling hard, Rihanna seemed to want to keep things very light. She preferred a no-strings-attached friendship, especially in the early days of their friendship. And despite all that, they worked closely together and had undeniable chemistry on tracks like "Oh, and What's My Name?" and "I Know You've Been Heard by Someone Else." And they hit smash work, and every time they teamed up, the sparks were obvious, and so was Drake's infatuation. He was never subtle about how he felt, and whether it was in interviews on stage or even in his lyrics, Drake wore his heart on his sleeve when it came to Rihanna, and everybody around him and her could see it now. For example, when fans started speculating about their relationship after they were spotted leaving a bowling alley, Rihanna was quick to shut down the allegations. However, Drake played into the rumors, and he even made an entire song about it called Fireworks. He said, "I'm such a gentleman. You should give it up for me. Look at how I'm placing all my napkins and my cutlery. I could tell it wasn't love. I just thought that you F with me. Who could have predicted Lucky Strike would have you stuck with me? What happened between us that night? It always seems to trouble me now. All of a sudden these gossip rags want to cover me. And you making it seem like it happened, Belle, because of me. But I was curious. And I never will forget it, baby, what an experience. All I see is fireworks. All I see is fireworks." He would also go on interviews and talk about her as much as he could, as if they were some couple.
Do we do it? Yeah, I mean, I guess over the duration of our knowing each other, I think we've done some normal things. I don't know if we've ever played board games, but I mean, I know we go bowling a lot. Not necessarily with Rihanna a lot.
Okay, just you and your crew.
We've been bowling before. And then, you know, I love doing to me, the club is work, you know, the majority of the time. So I like to do things like go to the arcade and play games, or go bowling, play ping pong, go-karting, paintball, which we haven't done because these guys are scared.
Okay.
Because I'm the best, you know what I'm saying? My squad
You're
is the best.
You're the best.
Yeah. I'm the, you know. But yeah, so, I mean, we do things to have fun all the time.
I see. I mean,
I see you wrote down Scrabble and Battleship.
Yeah, I did, because I had to remember. Look,
right.
I've got to remember my jokes by numbers for her.
I think we're in the same building. Maybe I'll ask her if she wants to play Scrabble.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Drake and Rihanna themed Scrabble.
That's kind of sexy.
It is sexy Scrabble.
You never know where that could end up.
Just using rude words.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll keep it PG-13.
But honestly, it's kind of wild to keep on and going about on someone who's never actually claimed you. Like, at no point did Rihanna ever say Drake was her man, not even back in 2009 when they were briefly messing around. She kept it real cute and quiet, probably because she saw the red flags early on. It's almost like she knew he came with drama and wasn't trying to have that energy following her around for the rest of her career. Her fears were proven right when she found out that he had cheated on her, and they hadn't even been friends since then. And in an interview, Rihanna said, "We don't have a friendship now, but we are not enemies either. It is what it is." Rihanna has always been known for being fiercely loyal, especially when it comes to the people she grew up with. She still keeps her day on close, which is a rare thing in the industry. So when things went cold between her and Drake, it definitely raised some eyebrows. Let's not forget that she even gave Chris Brown another chance after everything that went down with them, so she could cut Drake off completely. Yeah, whatever he did had to be next level foul, and you'd think that that would be enough for Drake to take the hint and move on. Right, wrong, this man stayed deep in his Dulu. He was out here telling LeBron he had to mourn the fantasy of marrying Rihanna and starting a family with her like it was some tragic love story, instead of a situation that she clearly wanted no part of.
It was really hard on my parents for giving me sort of a childhood that I had to wrap my mind around, as I grew. I, multiple times sort of suggested that they could have done a better job of whatever it was. Yeah, co-parenting, sticking together, not being so divided, and of course, as life takes shape and teaches you your own lessons, I end up in this situation where I don't have the fairy tale like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna and like this is like so perfect, or like Drake. Yeah, it's like it looks so good on paper.
I wanted that too.
I
didn't get it too.
By the way, I wanted that too at one time.
He got it. When I had a kid, that was one of the things I was worried about telling my mom. Was that a hard thing to tell your parents?
It was getting weird, but Rihanna refused to take him back. He got super shady on his song Fear of Heights. He dissed Rihanna, and the way he dissed her was real nasty. Like, the part that really had people talking was when he said, "Why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you. That could never be. Girl can't run me better him than me better. It's not me. I'm anti. Yeah, the intimacy was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti because I had it with you." And it looks like he was throwing shots at ASAP for being too blinded in love with Rihanna, he says. Okay, I'm anti like your daddy's sister Andy, like a family picture and a headway better be than UT Beach. Yet man, he's still with you. He can't leave you. Y'all go on vacation. But it's anti-Eagle now. If he had any shot at trying to remain friends with Rihanna, he pretty much blew it after that. And honestly, considering the things that Drake has been accused of since then, let's just say that Rihanna dodged a major bullet. For example, y'all remember that moment when Millie Bobby Brown casually revealed in an interview that she and Drake had been texting regularly, right? She even mentioned that he gave her advice about boys and relationships like it was no big deal. But let's really sit with that for a second. Drake was a grown man in his early 30s and Millie was just 14 years old at the time. 14, y'all. She wasn't even in high school yet.
Your relationship with Drake. Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. We just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
That stays in the text messages.
It raised a lot of eyebrows for sure, and rightfully so. Because what business does a man his age have texting a teenage girl about boys? Yeah, that's not just odd. It's inappropriate. And the fact that she said it so matter-of-factly, like it was totally normal, made it even more uncomfortable. It was clear she didn't see anything wrong with it. But the rest of us were left wondering why nobody around her or him thought to step in and set some boundaries. But as usual, folks swept it under the rug, pretending it was harmless. when really it was one of the first public signs that something about Drake's relationships with younger girls just didn't sit right. And then there are these other insider reports. Multiple people claim Drake allegedly hires people specifically to help him scout out and pick up young women. Allegedly, he has actual staff whose job is fully to scope out girls and help him make a move. Folks who've worked behind the scenes have come forward, saying it's a known thing in his circle.
Her job was basically just to text girls to invite to Drake's parties.
Oh, sweetie, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, everything I'm about to tell you is 100% true, and this information came to me from one of the crew members on Drake's tour. This was the guy who did all the tech stuff, and he told me that Drake has an employee whose job is to go around town looking for super hot girls. He finds the girls and then he interviews them, and out of all the girls he interviews, he picks the one that he thinks is the best. Then he drives her to Drake's place. Drake has sex with her, and then he drives her home. So basically, Drake has his own private Tinder.
Now, there also have been some disturbing allegations floating around that Drake has hosted Wild Diddy-style parties up in Toronto. But what makes these even more unsettling is that the claim that his target audience at these events is usually high school girls, allegedly.
So I'm from Canada, so obviously I wanted, Drake to win. But if I'm being real with you, bro, growing up in high school, 16, 17, 18, having a crush on the baddest girl in your school, and then seeing her post at Drake's mansion every single time, seeing Drake and the follows, you don't know how demoralizing that is to a young teenage boy in Canada. So if I'm gonna be real, I've been waiting for this guy's downfall for a minute. I'm gonna still bump his music because that shit goes crazy, but this is for the younger generation. They don't have to deal with that bullshit no more.
But the most damaging part about this is the diss track that Kendrick dropped titled Meet the Grams, where he slammed Drake for allegedly being a PDF file. He name-dropped Drake's mom, saying, "Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy now. Listen, your sons. A sick man with sick thoughts, something ninjas like him should die him in Weinstein, should get effed up in the cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women hypersexualizing with a kink of an info fetish, grew facial hair, because he understood being a beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on Hobio that he keeps on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around them. And we got to raise our daughters when there's predators like him lurking, y'all. And while Rihanna growing her family with the love of her life, Drake has been struggling to find the right woman for him. He has been in multiple unsuccessful relationships that went nowhere. I mean, do y'all remember the time he got clowned hard when he admitted that he had thought about proposing 42 times to 42 different women? Like that should have stayed in the drafts.
A new necklace made out of 42 engagement ring diamonds. Each diamond is said to represent a woman he's thought about proposing to. First of all, this is maniac behavior. Drake, seriously, you have to let that hurt go, okay? You got more almost rings than LeBron James, all right? But you had 42 different women that you wanted to propose to? 42? And why do you buy a new ring every time? Why not buy one really good ring and wait until you find one really good woman to give it to?
He literally had the engagement rings made into a necklace, and the jeweler revealed the story behind the interesting piece, saying, "New piece titled Previous Engagements for all the times he thought about it, but never did 42 engagement rings, 351.38 carat in diamonds." Now, who on earth thinks about proposing 42 different times? What's wrong with your mind, man? This explains why he is still hung up on Rihanna, though, and why he's been shading her and now crashing out over her new baby. But at the end of the day, things for sure, two things for certain: Drake is getting bitter, and it shows. For all the fame, money, and success, he still hasn't managed to lock down a single stable long-term relationship. And while he likes to act unbothered, the way he moves tells a different story whenever someone he once wanted finds real happiness with somebody else, he turns petty real fast. He even did it to Serena Williams because he was shading Serena and her husband since they had been married. It's like he just can't stand to see people happy and healthy relationships. If he is not the one in it, instead of moving on and growing up, he seems more focused on throwing low-key shots and trying to stir the pot. That man is nearly 40 and still out here acting like a heartbroken teen who just discovered subtweeting. But what do y'all think about this? Is Drake really out of pocket? Or is this just a classic celebrity drama being blown out? of proportion, and do you think that he's finally going to learn to stay in his lane and stop trying to sabotage other people's pace? Drop your thoughts and comments below and check out this next video.